If I put two riding jackets in front of you, one costs 10,000, the other one costs 30,000, most riders ask the question, why is this one so expensive? The actual truth is hidden in two letters, CE. You might have seen it on a lot of your gears, for example, your jackets, gloves, boots, armors. But what does CE actually mean? Whenever someone buys a riding gear, we usually focus on four things: the brand, the price, the looks, and the comfort. But nobody talks about CE rating, which is a mistake, because if a product has CE rating, that means that product has been tested for safety and protection. It doesn't just look protective. So today we're going to simplify what CE rating actually means. No complicated jargons and no engineering lectures, for sure. We are just going to share the information that every rider should know. CE stands for Conformante European, which means the product meets European safety standards. A company cannot just simply print CE on a product and sell it to you saying that it is safe. For the certification, certain tests need to be done to get the CE certification, like impact protection, abrasion protection, and tear strength test. These tests make sure that the product is safe and gives you the protection that it needs. In simple terms, CE certification means somebody actually tested the product before selling it to you. So let's be honest, Indian roads are unpredictable. We deal with travel, potholes, animals, traffic, and whatnot. There are so many things happening that the road wouldn't just care if you're wearing an expensive or cheap jacket. It will only care if the gear that you're wearing can protect you. And that's where CE certification matters the most, because it gives you a measurable benchmark for you to know that the gear can actually protect you when something goes wrong. No, not marketing, not opinions. It's actual testing. You'll often see CE level 1 or CE level 2, and people usually assume that CE level 2 is better, and they are right, technically. But when you look at it, the CE level 1 allows a certain force during an impact to get through, and CE level 2 significantly reduces that impact. So that means during a major impact, the CE level 2 will absorb more and not let the impact reach your body. That's where it gets better. Think of it like both are helmets, one protects and takes the impact better than the other. So if you're a highway rider or a tourer or doing any kind of off-roading, you need a CE level 2 armor for your protection. But if you go out on a daily ride or do occasional riding, you need CE level 1 at least, because no gears is better than CE level 1.
So now let's talk helmets, because this is where riders get even more confused, because you might have seen ISI, Toyota, Snell, EC2205 and EC2206. But what should you focus on when you buy a helmet? For Indian riders today, EC2206 is one of the most strongest and modern safety standards that is available. The testing is more demanding, multiple impact points and stricter testing procedures. That's why you might have seen a lot of premium brands mentioning EC2206 certification on their helmets. Now here's something many riders don't know about jackets, boots and gloves. They too have certification, not the armors, but the entire garment. You might have seen ratings on the garments like AA and AAA. Guys, I'm not talking about backlinks. I'm talking about the ratings. So don't get confused. These ratings evaluate the impact protection, the abrasion resistance, and the tear strength, which is very important. The entire piece of gear has been tested, not just the elbow protectors or the knee armors, the whole product. That makes a huge difference. Some common mistakes that we as riders do are: mistake number 1, that we buy gear based on the look, that it looks good. It's wrong. Number 2, assuming expensive leads safe. That's not right again. And number 3, ignoring certifications completely. And that's where most riders make a very common mistake. The biggest one is the fact that thinking two jackets that look the same will give you the same protection. That's not the case. And that's something that we get to know during a crash, which is not the right time to decide if you bought the right one or the wrong. Here's what I want you to remember when you buy a gear next time. Don't buy because it's expensive, and don't ever buy a gear because it looks trendy. You need to buy a gear based on the safety standards, because when something goes wrong, certification is more important than Instapress. So don't do that mistake. The goal isn't to look like a rider on social media, but to be a rider and come home safely. So next time when you buy a riding gear like a helmet, jacket, boot, glove, check the certification and definitely sure that you might be surprised when you find out the certifications that are there and a lot of stats. Ride safe, ride smart. We'll see you in the next part.